everybody's thinking. So there was a couple other things. Once again, I left out by accident. Before we left, I went down to this tree, the one that I was drawing the picture about. When that drumming sound got to about where that tree was, I wanted to see if there was something to that tree. And so I went down with a handful of people. They saw me get out, and I walked up to it. And as I walked around the tree, and was looking back to roughly where the campsite was, people were walking up going, "What are you looking at?" And I said, "These impressions in the ground." And there was about 6 or 8 weird, kind of human-like sized, or a little bit larger than human-like sized impressions in the ground. And I had my camera out. I know I photographed this thing, and I wandered around looking at this stuff, and other people were looking at it too, going, "What is going on?" And I said, when I heard that drumming, or that wood knocking going on, it seemed to stop right here. And they're like, "Oh my God." And so we all were looking at the impressions, and it seemed like they went around the tree to a point, and they were all kind of facing our campsite. That was one thing that I thought was really pretty cool about this whole event. So when we packed up and we left, we actually went to Bailey, Colorado, and we drove out to Bailey, and there's a hot dog place there, and we were having a meal and everything, and there's this guy that showed up, and he had a Labradoodle. How ironic is that? And so I walked up to this guy, and I said, "Hey, I got a question for you." He goes, "Yeah." And I said, "What kind of dog is this?" And he said, "It's a Labradoodle. It was white in color." I said, "Were you out at this one spot like a week ago? This is the location, this is what it was called." And he said, "Yes, I was there. Yeah, I was brushing out my dog. Why?" And I said, "Because I found hair on my car." And I showed him it, and he goes, "Oh, there was a couple there, a tall, skinny guy and this shorter lady." And I was like, "Okay." And what was it raining that day? And he said it was. There was a little bit of rain coming down while he was brushing out his dog, and the lady had gotten down close to the pile, and some of the hair must have stuck onto her. And the only way it really does that if there's static charge in the air. so there was hair that was transferred from that pile to her poncho that she always wore, and distributed to my car. And the connection of how that hair made it from that dog to them and onto my car all fit together. I have to find that video because I really want to show it. So until I can find those videos, I'm not going to do that recap video just yet, but I will throw one together that will kind of put the time frame together and how things came to be. But I won't forget about that video. That will be on my back burner to put things together and get it done. So that's the final recap, and I will talk to you all later.